You're going to see people selling their gold and buying Bitcoin, think gold's going to be demonetized. You'll pretty much destroy half your money. Like you'll lose half your wealth. I think Bitcoin is obviously the right choice. I'm a rational actor, and so I consider what's going on in the world at all times. My view of Bitcoin is it is the highest quality property or the highest quality asset you can own in the world right now. It's superior to bonds, superior to commercial real estate, superior to equity, superior to gold, to silver, to commodities and derivatives. And that's an easy observation in a world of extreme monetary inflation, with inflation rates of 15% or more expected for the next 5 years. It's easy. If the monetary inflation rate was zero, it would be difficult, and I would have to evaluate the differential coupons, rents, and dividend yields of all those other assets because they're fiat derivatives. And if no one could mine any more gold ever again, and if it wasn't centralized, I would have to consider that. If something changes, and if some other superior technology comes along, we'll figure it out. But right now, I don't see anything superior. So my view is that every time you sell Bitcoin, you're buying an inferior asset. And so you're selling a winner to buy a loser. And given the likely differential rate of price appreciation over the next decade, it would be seriously wealth destroying to diversify out of it. I mean, Bitcoin is the emerging dominant digital monetary network. If you're looking for a treasury reserve asset and you're looking for a generational store of value in lieu of gold or in lieu of any other scarce tangible property, then Bitcoin is compelling, and it's compelling because it's simple. Ethereum is a speculative asset, and it's a very ambitious technology project. It comes with a lot more complications, a lot more risk. If you have a technology portfolio and you wish to invest in a technology that has risk and complexity because you're interested in decentralized finance and all of the applications in the Ethereum blockchain, then that's an interesting thing to consider. But if you're looking for a treasury reserve asset or a long-term durable store of value, I think Bitcoin is obviously the right choice. In my opinion, the entire world has a multi-$100 trillion store of value problem, which will be solved by the dominant digital monetary network. Since Bitcoin is only $650 billion in market cap, and since there's a $200 trillion addressable market, the most obvious thing in the world is buy into the dominant digital monetary network and wait for the rest of the world to start to realize this is the solution to their problem. There's no better risk-adjusted investment idea I can see in this world right now than to buy something everybody needs that's got 95% network dominance, that is engineered specifically for that purpose, that dozens of billion-dollar entities are embracing for that purpose right now. I think that the massive corrections are becoming less massive year by year, quarter by quarter, month by month. The market in Bitcoin is stabilizing as more institutions come into it, and I think we can see it over the past 12 months. Second, I think that everything that's living on this earth is volatile, and things that are dead are not volatile. And so I would much rather have a volatile 300% return than a non-volatile 15% return, or a lesser return. And there's least volatility in cash with a 0% return. So stability is stagnation, volatility is vitality. Living things are volatile. I like living things. I want to live. It's like a Jedi mind trick to convince you should be afraid of volatility. If volatility is going to return 200% pre-tax every year for 12 years or for 10 years, and you're afraid of it, you lost 99.5% of your wealth because you're afraid of volatility. That's like, you can't raise your children in a bubble and tell them they should not. I mean, if they stay in their basement and they never leave the house, and surround them with the bubble, how are they going to grow and live and prosper? I think that what we're going to see happen is that people saw in 2020 that gold wasn't working as a monetary inflation hedge, and Bitcoin is, and they didn't understand the technology. You're going to see people selling their gold and buying Bitcoin. You know, you've got a arbitrage difference, 300% on Bitcoin, 15% on gold. How long are people going to allow the differential interest rate? One currency yields 15% interest, the other currency yields 300% interest. And the only thing anybody has negative to say about it is it's new and it's going up, 10 times faster in a volatile fashion. At some point, people are going to be shorting gold, buying Bitcoin, and it's going to accelerate. Again, I just can't see why anybody would buy gold. I think gold's going to be demonetized. As the generation that bought gold learns about Bitcoin, and as generational wealth moves to the technologist, I think that Bitcoin is the digital gold. Look, I've got a phrase, diversification is selling the winners to buy the losers. So what portion of your tech portfolio would you invest in Amazon versus the retailers that aren't Amazon, right? It seems like you would have lost on 15,000 retailers, made money on Amazon, and maybe broke even or made a little bit on Walmart. And what portion of your portfolio would you invest in non-Apple stock in the mobile space? And what would you invest in the other search engines instead of Google? And what would you invest in the other social networks instead of Facebook? The diversification away from the winner is diversification to the loser. So take half your portfolio, invest it in gold and get 15%, and the other half invest in Bitcoin and get 300%, and then do that 10 years running, and you pretty much destroy half your money. Like, you'll lose half your wealth.